Hello and welcome to the Garden City Nexus. Today we're here to talk about sidewalk gaps in the city. We have Matthew Miller, the Community Development Director, here to talk about it. Do you want to give us a little overview of what sidewalk gaps are?
Yes. The sidewalk gaps are where there's a gap in the sidewalk in front of your home. For example, your neighbors have a sidewalk, you don't have a public sidewalk, then another neighbor does. That's what we're calling a sidewalk gap. And
So what steps has the city taken already to get the grant started?
well, we were working on the grant last year to secure the funds. We were notified by the state, and then we started the process of getting the contract in place and getting the award done at the state through the state budget process. Once that was completed, we got notification that a contract is prepared, and then I was able to take that contract and go to the city council for approval. When the city enters into an agreement with the state, we do have to contract so that we will abide by all the contract terms for each contract we receive.
So the council up to this point have already approved the grant and the sealed bid process that we went through to get the contractor started for the sidewalks.
Yes, the council has approved all of that. At the most recent council, they did approve a bid award to a company called OCG Cement. They were the low bid for this project, and it was a public bid process, and they did provide all the necessary requirements for the bid and also gave us the best unit prices for all of the work to be done.
Okay. And when does it look like that company will start working on sidewalks?
So as of right now, we're in the, completing the contract with them, making sure we have the proper insurance in place, and also that they have their bond with us so that if work is not done, then we are able to secure the funds to get that work completed.
Okay. And some of that work is expected to start this summer, given all this goes good?
Yes. So it actually, it's a quite ambitious for the city to undertake. We kind of have identified about 900 houses that don't have sidewalks. And so part of the grant is that we only have 2 years to complete it. So really 2 construction seasons that are, we've got a lot of work to do in 2 construction seasons.
Yeah, it seems very quick, and I think that's a good reason why we did this today, was to get information out all in one place in a quick video for the residents to watch. So for them, what's the next steps? Do they have to do anything if I have a sidewalk gap? What's the next step for a resident that?
Well, we're going to start very soon to do a formal identification of the sites that don't have sidewalks so that we'll be able to direct the contractor. Part of the grant, when I wrote that portion of it, we have an administrative cost, and then we also have costs earmarked for engineering and also for inspection. Through the inspection, Bocelli & Company will be part of that process that will really do the notification and then direct our contractor of where to start. As we were looking at the entire map of the city as to where the biggest need is that we really identify kind of the southwest section of the city, really beginning Cherry Hill, Radcliffe, and then working east with the project. We want to go, of course, south of Ford Road, and then start at that location, go east, and then kind of cross Ford Road, and then start going west. We're going to get done as many as we can and as quick as possible. There will be some implications, though, for the homeowners. I mean, this is going to be a disruption.
Yep.
There will be, of course, contractors in the front yard. We're going to have to identify where the sidewalk will go. If there is a driveway there, we may have to put in a different level of cement, 6-inch cement area for the sidewalk there. And it will be, of course, some minor disruptions, but I think the overall goal of having a walkable community is positive.
Yep, and of course, no cost to the residents. The grant's paying for everything you mentioned, the sidewalk, the engineering, and the contractors to do that. So as of now, if I'm a house without a sidewalk, there's nothing I have to do. The city already has identified the properties without sidewalks. Those have been turned over to the contractors, and they'll be handling the communications with the residents.
Yes, they will.
So is anything, it looks like the Bocelli Group will use formal letters to the households. Is there any way to get your email or phone number to the city so you can communicate through that type of forms? Or
yes, on our website we have a sidewalk grant program link where you can actually self-identify. If you don't have a sidewalk, you can fill out the form, submit that to the city, and you'll be able to give us the information we need. Of course, your contact information. Also, we're looking at if there's any obstacles or known obstacles that you have on your lot to help us with the project. Like I said, it's an ambitious project, and we have a lot of homes to do, a lot of sidewalks to do. So if you give us any assistance with that, sprinkler systems, trees, rocks, anything like that, fire hydrants, things like that, it's important that we know about that to help the contractor so that we can get the project done.
Okay, yeah, because it does seem like a very quick timeline to get as many homes as possible. There are up to 900 homes in Garden City without sidewalks within the next two contract periods. So to find that form, you can go online to the city's website, www.gardencitymI.org. You can go directly to the link by going to /sidewalks, or on the homepage, look for the sidewalk grants inside the spotlights, and that'll take you to the page where you can learn a lot more about these sidewalks. We'll keep that updated through this summer and next summer. Schedules, tentative areas that the contractors are working, any public notices posted, and of course that self-identification form where you can submit your address, your email, your phone number. Filling out the form doesn't mean you're going to get a sidewalk.
Correct.
But it just means that we have your contact information, and another way for us to reach the residents if we don't already have that information, or allow us to contact you via email or phone number.
Yes.
So do we know yet how many homes are going to get done? Is there any plans for the homes that won't get done in the next 2 seasons? What's the city's?
Well, again, you know, the need is great, and you think that's $2.5 million is a lot of money, but it isn't enough to cover all of our need either. So we're going to try and stretch the money as far as we can and get it done as many as we can of sidewalk gaps. One of the other important components of this is that we're also working on intersection improvements, so that not only you'll have new sidewalks in front of houses that don't, we're also going to make connections at all the intersections that do comply with ADA requirements, so that we are able to walk kind of freely throughout the entire community and create really a grid for pedestrians.
Okay. Yeah, especially on that side of the city that you mentioned where you're going to start. There's a lot of sidewalks that maybe don't even connect to the streets. Yep. Those will be done to those corners.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. All right. Well, I would like to thank you, Matt, for coming and joining us with the Community Development Department. I believe that is everything about sidewalks we know right now, and more information will be released on the city's website. And especially if you fill out that self-identification form, we'll be able to email you those updates as well.
Yes.
For those sidewalks. So, all right, anything else?
No.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us on this edition of the Garden City Nexus. You can find out more online at www.gardencitymi.org. Thank you.